So I said to Ben, the absolute minimum starting point has got to include a two-stage solution. Oh, hello, I'm Milan Abrenovic the Ninth. You may know me from my hit films, platinum-selling albums, best-selling books, including Balkan Trading Secrets, and my numerous highly successful business ventures. But this is one particular production where it's not all about me. Is this script correct? Workplace health and safety. This is an issue I've had some personal experience with. On the set of my blockbuster film, Behind Serbian Lines, I chipped a tooth on the macadamia nut. I sued the pants off the studio and the caterers. Now down to business here. This presentation is designed to be a valuable resource for your organization's workplace health and safety inductions. Please note that this package is not a substitute for a comprehensive workplace health and safety policy specific to your organization. Always remember, you should never undertake a task if you have not received suitable task-specific training. Very important. It can sometimes begin to sound like a cliche, but I'm going to say it again here. Workplace health and safety is everybody's responsibility. Yeah, not least of all if you're taking shells off macadamia nuts. Please be judicious. Seriously, folks, work safe, watch and learn. Milan out.
Get on up and welcome to another Health and Safety Bonanza with our guest here today, Bob.
What the hell's going on?
I know you've seen this show before, so shall we just get into the questions?
But I haven't seen.
Yeah, fantastic. So what is the current Health and Safety Act for the state of Queensland?
Who are you, mate? I need to finish this job, mate.
Not what we're after there, mate. We're after what is the current Health and Safety Act for the state of Queensland?
You mean the new Harmonised Workplace Health and Safety Act of 2011?
That's correct. Well done, Bob. Shall we move on to the lightning round?
I still don't know who you are, mate, or what's going on.
That's the spirit, mate. 5 control measures used in the hierarchy of control.
Elimination, substitution, engineering, admin and PPE.
So close, Bob. Sorry, we needed administrative control there. That was the one you missed.
This game sucks.
Okay, Bob. I know you're excited for the last question, so let's just get into it. What are the penalties for a non-compliance?
500k for corporations, 100k for officers and 50k for workers and volunteers.
Sorry, Bob. Seems we have a winner today, so you got it right, Bob. That's correct.
Fantastic, mate. What have I won?
Bob, you will be going home today with a limited edition leather-bound set of 2011 Workplace Health and Safety Acts.
What I have absolutely no need for.
And to present that gift today is Cara.
This is a voucher. I need to collect it myself. I'm not driving to Parliament House.
I know it's overwhelming, Bob, but I mean, you are the big winner tonight.
Mate, I need to get this job done, and to be honest, all these lights are a hazard.
Okay, Bob, there's no bonus rounds for extra hazards. The game's over.
Please get out of my way. I'll always win this idiot's quiz show. I don't start any job unless I've done the work to ensure my safety and everyone else's safety. Cutting corners is never an option. Don't learn the hard way like me, mate.
This is a workplace. This is a workplace. Okay, this is also a workplace. This is a workplace. This is also a workplace. This is another workplace. This is also a workplace. Watch out for that one, mate. This isn't a workplace. This is a workplace.
There are laws to protect everyone at work. Full-time, part-time, casual workers, contractors and volunteers. These include legislation, regulation and codes of practice. Heavy penalties apply to organisations and individuals who ignore workplace health and safety laws. These standard workplace principles must always be applied. 1. Identify hazards. 2. Assess risks. 3. Control risks. 4. Review control measures. Hierarchy of control. The standard method used for eliminating or controlling risks. Elimination. Removing or preventing the risk in its entirety. Substitution. Replacing an unsafe process or material with a safe option. Engineering. Designing or adding safety features to equipment. Administrative. Assessing risks and amending or modifying them. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, only to be used when all other methods are impractical or used together with other methods. Signs. Safety signs are there so that everyone can see them. All signs must be obeyed, therefore you need to understand them. Safety signs can have words only, pictures only, or words and pictures.
Red signs for
Danger.
yellow signs for
Warning.
the green signs for
Emergency.
and then blue signs are for
Mandatory.
and that sign is
My sign.
Health and hygiene. It is important to practice good health and hygiene throughout the workplace. This includes personal hygiene to help prevent the spread of disease, maintaining clean working areas, as well as limiting your exposure to excessive noise.
Come on guys, what are you doing? Goofing around? You haven't even got hairnets on. Come on, get out, please.
Specific procedures will be applicable to different industries. For example, hand washing for food preparation or correct sharps handling within healthcare. These instructions will be covered during workplace induction and detailed in specific workplace manuals. Drugs and alcohol in the workplace. This workplace has a zero tolerance policy regarding the use of drugs or alcohol on the job. Specific internal policies should be reviewed if a risk assessment identifies work activities that would pose a significant hazard if an employee were intoxicated, such as driving a vehicle, operating machinery, or working at heights. If you have to lift anything, this is the way to make sure you do not hurt yourself. Plan the lift. If the load is too heavy, you need to get help, for example, another person or mechanical aid. Place your feet apart. Bend your knees and hold the load firmly with 2 hands. Raise your head and pull your chin in to keep your back straight. Lift the load to your waist, slowly by straightening your legs, keeping your elbows close to your body.
that's a textbook lift, but that doesn't belong there. That belongs over there. So you're gonna have to shoot. Go. Now back to something more important. Me, of course.
Hazardous substances and chemicals. Contact with hazardous substances and chemicals can make you sick, severely injure you, and may even cause death. Chemicals must therefore be handled carefully and always stored securely. If a chemical or hazardous substance is spilled, immediate action must be taken to contain and clean the spill. Specific instructions and appropriate spill kits will be provided in workplaces where hazardous substances and chemicals are held or used. Instructions will be provided during induction to the workplace. However, as a basic guide, retrieve spill kit and safety data sheet. Remember, correct personal protective equipment must be worn. Deploy the barrier from the spill kit. Follow the instructions to contain the spill. Personal protective equipment (PPE). If you cannot eliminate, substitute, or change the way you work with a particular risk or hazard, you must wear personal protective equipment. Personal protective equipment will be provided by your employer relevant to the job being undertaken. PPE may include protective clothing, hard hat or helmet, gloves, ear protection, face mask, Hazards in the office might not be as obvious as those in a high-risk workplace, such as a building site. But there are a range of factors with health and safety implications for office workers. Electrical hazards exist in almost all workplaces. The key considerations of electrical hazards are: electrical cables should not be placed on floors where they can be a trip hazard or be damaged by trolleys or chairs. Electrical cables and switches must be periodically inspected for integrity and tagged by authorized personnel. Electrical switchboard cupboards must not be used as additional storage space and must be kept clear. Water and wet areas must be kept clear of all electrical outlets and cables. Ergonomics is the design and arrangement of a workspace so that people and things interact safely and efficiently. In relation to the use of computers, the potential for occupational overuse injuries is the main area of concern. A workstation will be ergonomically acceptable if the alignment of the computer screen, keyboard, person, and chair are comfortable and convenient for the worker, requiring no twisting of the head or body. There are many hazards throughout the workplace that can lead to slipping, tripping, and falling. These include electrical cables across passageways, unexpected steps in poorly lit areas, slippery surfaces, for example, marble floors in foyers, storage areas requiring the use of stepladders. Serious injuries can be sustained as a result of slips, trips, and falls. Accordingly, hazards must be identified and any risks controlled. Undertaking a risk assessment. There are 5 steps that should be followed to ensure that your risk assessment is carried out correctly. 1. Identify the hazards. 2. Decide who might be harmed and how. 3. Evaluate the risks and decide on control measures. 4. Record your findings and implement them. 5. Review your assessment and update if necessary. These steps are detailed on the risk assessment template, which needs to be completed for each hazard or risk discovered. First aid. Minor accidents or first aid incidents can occur at any workplace. If this occurs, first aid is available from designated first aiders who are trained to treat minor injuries or illness, or in more serious events, to provide initial care until an ambulance arrives. In the event of serious injury or illness, or in the absence of trained first aiders, contact 000 immediately and follow the instructions provided. Incident reporting. All incidents, accidents, and injuries, regardless of how minor or trivial they may appear, must be reported to your supervisor as soon as practicable. Fires. If you discover a fire or see smoke and alarms are not sounding, you should immediately raise the alarm by shouting, "Fire! Fire! Fire!" to warn others in the immediate area. Evacuation procedures. Remain calm. Prepare to evacuate the building immediately following the evacuation plans and signs. Listen to the fire warden for instructions, who will guide you to the nearest fire exit. Proceed quickly and calmly to the designated assembly point. Do not return to the building until an all clear has been given by the fire brigade, fire warden, supervisor, or manager. It is essential that all staff make themselves familiar with the emergency evacuation floor layout, which is displayed throughout the building. Workplace bullying and harassment. Workplace bullying is repeated unreasonable behavior directed towards a worker or a group of workers that creates a risk to health and safety. Bullying includes insulting or offensive language or comments, aggressive or intimidating behavior, spreading rumors, deliberately excluding someone from workplace activities, excessive intrusive surveillance or monitoring. Sexual harassment may be a single incident or a series of incidents and is defined as an unwelcome sexual advance, an unwelcome request for sexual favors, any other unwelcome conduct of a sexual nature. It is unlawful to discriminate against someone on the basis of any personal characteristics such as age, gender identity, race, religion. No form of bullying or harassment will be tolerated in the workplace.
Get on up and welcome to another Safety Bonanza. We have Bob here today, ready for another lightning round, Bobby?
No, I'm
Of
not.
course he is. This one's going to be on electrical safety. You ready, Bob?
I'm not playing, mate.
Okay, question 1 here. Bob, hypothetical. If you're working in construction in Queensland, how often do you have to test and tag your drop saw?
At 3-month intervals by a competent person.
He got it. He got it. Do you have any prize? Do you have anything?
If I won, how about a real prize this time?
No, Bob, of course we've got plenty more questions here today. What was the name of your first dog?
I'm finished with this stupid game, I'm shutting it down. Look at these cables, nothing's tagged. There's health and safety and compliance issues everywhere. I'm pulling the plug, mate. I'm gone.
Bob, of course we're compliant here on this show. Why else would we host the safety show if we weren't all compliant here? I mean, look at these cables. This one's been here since my nan used to host this show, and I mean, these are completely safe.
What are you in for?
Don't worry about the details here. More important, where is your vest?
How the hell did you become prison safety officer?
Listen, I don't like to use these descriptions. I think of this place not so much correctional facility, but more like a mountain retreat. The food's pretty good.
What are you in for?
Corporate fraud. They had no case. The judge was against me right from the start. They did me a favour, really. I enjoy the health and safety officer job here. By the way, I'm substituting the alloy cutlery with polystyrene forks. Enjoy. Also, discontinuing all basketball until the floors are resurfaced. Don't even think about making registration plates until the workshop is up to code. Have you boys seen the showers? The gym is a death trap, really.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I may not be a real girl, but honey, I'm an unreal girl.
Yeah? Well, I'm going to tell the boss.
Oh, first aid officer, I need help. I'm injured.
I don't know what to do. It's my first day on the job.
What are you wearing a hat for?
Remember, always wear gloves. That fire warden, everyone's going home today. And here we are today at our first work site, and we're definitely not getting kicked off or anything like that. Get out of here. Oh, all right, all right.
Oh, not this guy again.
Hey, Bob, you ready for another lightning round?